G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today's April 19, 2023. This is the US S&P 500 update. The hourly and the 4 hourly are all in uptrends, but I'll just be mindful that it looks like it might be weakening, and the daily is still showing a downtrend on its CCI 1500 moving average. So it's got to respect that as well, even though it's broken up through the moving average. The moving average itself is still in a downtrend. So if we drill down to each of these, first the daily, you can see there long term, we do use the CCI 1500 as our main indicator, and it broke down below the moving average here, and that was quite early in the piece, and it did tell you to be careful of potential weakening in price, and it did actually do that, and it started falling off. Now you could have actually traded these little retracements to the upside on the price, but again that would have been going pretty much against the CCI trend, which we always follow and respect. Now of course I got this key support at 38.31 and a key resistance at 41.93. At the moment it's reaching back towards that resistance. It touched it back here back in February 23, and it's looking like it's approaching it again. But also I've drawn this descending diagonal trend line, and it may gravitate back towards that if it starts weakening. But again, let's keep a close eye on the price but also the CCI and see where it's going. On the 4 hour chart, again I've drawn these minor diagonal trend lines, and that's still in a pretty strong uptrend on the CCI, and it may come back and gravitate towards this ascending trend line, and if it breaks to the downside then it may actually follow this other descending line as well. So again, we'll keep an eye on that. On the hourly chart, you can see there more closely, and what I've drawn here is a potential divergence. So here it's showing what seems to be a slightly bearish divergence on the CCI versus a bullish divergence on the price chart. Now, if this plays out, then the CCI may, if it keeps falling and falls further, we're going to see price weakening, and that may also be represented by this resistance. So it may actually rise a bit higher, the price, but the CCI, if that keeps declining, then we're going to see a potential drop if that plays out the way we expect it to. So at the moment, cautiously going long, but just be mindful of this resistance and this divergence forming. But just be mindful on the daily. You can see there it's still in a pretty strong downtrend with some minor retracements over the period. So to understand how to properly trade using the average down approach, reference the links in the description below. Subscribe and like us on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.